tourists, it's your boy Domination. That's the back of the basic. Children introduces I would text baby man that does back and know it is and is. Real men rise up, fake men rise down. Real will rise up, fake will rise down. Front to word, preacher, preach on. And today's topic and today's topic I want to talk about, we're going to have verses. Always going to have verses in shows. Who's each verse going each other going at. But I'm going to talk about Prince and Michael Jackson. Now, I grew up listening to Michael. Now, Prince, grew up listening to him too, but mostly Michael. Michael Jackson was born August the 29th, 1958. So that means he's same age as Prince. Prince is what, 57? So they're the same age. So they 58. So 58, so they be the same age. Prince was born is June the 7th, 1958. So they the same age. And they both, their zodiac sign. Michael is a Virgo, like me. I can relate to that. I'm a Virgo. Prince was Cancer. No, Prince was juvenile. He's a juvenile. He's twin. He had good side and bad side of him. He just like Tupac. You see that? Tupac. He was just like Tupac. He had good side and bad side. He had that. But Prince showed more of his kind of bad side than he ever do. He showed his good side. He showed his good side sometimes. Tupac did the same thing. He showed more of his bad side than he ever do. He showed his good side. But he showed his good side. But they both good individuals. Let's say about Prince. I listen to Prince music. The only Prince song I do like is Kiss and I Will Die For You. I Will Die For You. I love that record. And Little Red Corvette. Alphabet in the Street. And Alphabet in the Street. I love that record. And The Greatest Romance Ever Been Sold. And that's about for you it, you know, in 1999. There's only six and seven songs I like about Prince. And Raspberry the Ray, that's 7 songs I like about Prince. 7. That's 7 songs. And last, I Want to Be Your Lover. That's 7 or 8. I like Prince songs. Let's go to Michael. Michael is songs like ABC, 1, 2, ABC, and Love You Say, and I'll Be There. Those are songs I like for the Jackson years. For that, I didn't came around, but my parents did. So they grew up in that era. And even my sister know about the Jacksons. Okay. And Dancing Machine. Ooh, it was a lot of songs that Michael had. He, from his Jackson 5 years to with his solo career. And Can You Feel It? And Heartbreak Hotel. There's only a few songs I like about him. I grew up with Michael more. I don't know about the Jackson 5. My mom and dad know about the generation. And they know about Prince. See, Michael came around since, I forgot what year, 1975, 1974, whatever that year. Prince came around in 1978, 79. So, Prince's first album was called Prince. No, Prince's first album For You, then Prince. And then the other few songs that he did, the other few albums that he did was like Purple Rain and Around the World and Parade and, you know, and all the few artists, the other few albums that he did. And you got to go through history. Michael's first solo album, Got to Be There when he was little. When he wrote a song, Ben, that's his first song. Prince's first song was nice and soft, soft and wet. And the second album was his other song called "Want to Be Your Lover." Michael Jackson, not only first record is called Ben, but for the second record, Don't Stop Till You Get Enough. From only 2 albums. When it comes to work. You know, like you remember the times, and I grew up with Michael a lot more. But Prince, not very much. But rest in peace to Prince. They are both greatest. Michael was the greatest too. They both greatest. They right. When it comes to work, Prince was the best, best music instrument, best band leader, and best serious songwriter, and he's the best true independent artist. He was an independent. He did his own thing. I give up Prince. He the man. Rest in peace. The purple one, the great one, the beautiful one, and no compare to that to him. Okay, when it comes to Michael, Michael is the best singer, best dancer, best performer, and best entertainer from all time, and the best selling artist all time. Michael album, Thriller, sold 10,000 millions of copies. Even Bad album sold 5 million copies, but it couldn't top Thriller. Then the History album. These are the albums, and I know Prince albums was more like 1999 and Round the World Today and Parade. Now I give Prince, but Michael, the only best album I like is the History album, Bad album, and Thriller album. Off the Wall is okay, but Thriller is the number one, my favorite album all time. Prince's favorite album that I like was 1999 record. Now, Purple Rain, not really, because that was a big promotion on that. The only reason why they like that album, that's when Prince become nationally known from that time. But Prince was been known before he got out there. Michael been known for the Jackson 5, and then he be big out there, went from a child star to a singer to all the way a man. But what Michael's was big in the 80s. Prince was big in the 80s and 90s and 2000. But Michael's downfall when the 90s and 2000 when child molesting and allegation. That's what I dislike of. Don't get me wrong. I believe he didn't do it. Because if he did, it would have been a different story. But I don't think he did it. He was set up. Prince's worst mistake, make a comeback. When in Hit and Run, Part 1, Part 2, it wasn't the best year for Prince. From 2014 to 15, it wasn't the best year. Because you got to look at it at that time. He was spoke against the music industry. How it all changed when he got out there. After Michael died. And I heard Prince regret not talking to Michael, not working with him. They could have solved their differences. But they respect each other as artists. I even heard a story they was playing basketball together. And Michael Jackson was born Gary, Indiana. Prince was born in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So they're both heroes from their home. Prince was a home of Minneapolis. Shout out to Minneapolis doing their thing. Shout out to y'all. Much love for y'all. And y'all great singer leader. He was not to them. They don't look at him as an artist. They look at him as family and look at him as their neighbor. Michael was a global icon. Prince was nationally known in the world, but not as much as Michael. So I have to give on Michael Jackson on this one. That's just for me. The best entertainer, best singer, best singer, best entertainer, best singer, best dancer, and best singer, best entertainer, and best dancer, and the best selling artist from all time. All time, the king of pop, rest in peace. Prince was the best band leader, the best musical instrument, and he also a best serious songwriter and best true independent artist from his own right. And I pay respects to not only Michael but Prince. But Michael is the one my favorite. Prince, not very much, but at least I respect him. It was sad hearing Michael died. It really hurt me. But really hearing Prince die, that really hurt me as well because I grew up with these two. And for them to see their rivalry, but I'm going to let you decide who are your best favorite album of Prince and Michael. Who's your favorite song that Prince and Michael sing and the best writing? Now, Michael have a little help. The only song he ever wrote was Off the Wall and Rock With You and Don't Stop You Getting Up. But the rest of that, he got a little help somewhere. Prince wrote all his songs. The man had 39 albums from his own right and had his own studio. And he never left his home. He still lived over there, even though after he died, and they respect him. Michael died in Los Angeles. Michael died in Los Angeles, and it was sad. And even though he from Gariana, and they supposed to bury Gariana, but they buried him at in California because they would stole that body if they buried Gariana. So it would be great if they did, but he was a big celebrity. Prince was cremated, and it was sad he cremated. He should have been buried, but instead they cremated him. And I believe there's a fall off of it's a mysterious depths of mystery of Prince and even Michael. Somebody killed those two because Michael was fall in the 2000s in the 90s. Prince was fall in the 2000s because it wasn't a worse year for Prince. It wasn't the best year for Prince, and it was worse for Michael Jackson. But I think it's hurt Michael than it hurt Prince. Prince had only hurt him when he make a comeback. And on top of all that, we supposed to respect these two, regardless what they say about them and how they feel about it. And Prince was more harder to difficult to interview with. Michael was interviewed, but it was crazy for paparazzi do some crazy stories about him. How he sleeper of a sleeper of a damn sleeper chamber. How he had a elephant bones. He collect elephant bones. I mean, you hear a crazy story. They used to call him Wacko Jacko, and that was wrong. And I found out it was the Beastie Boys. I mean, Beastie Boys. They were wrong. Come on, Prince. They've been talking about him. They say he was gay. They said he was crazy. They even said Michael was crazy. They even said Michael was weird and Prince was weird. They both Jehovah, but Prince was Christian at first, but before he came to Jehovah, when he got off of the record deal for Warner Brothers, Michael got off a record deal from Sony. He was supposed to own half of Sony. Prince didn't own Warner Brothers. Only Warner wanted him, but Prince wanted to do his own thing and have his own label and run his own company and make his music that he wanted to do. And he changed his name to a symbol. Michael, then, went against Tommy the Tall, called him a devil, all kinds of that. And I think he won that submission. He owned one more album from Sony, Michael, and that was the worst mistake. Prince's worst mistake should have never went back to Warner Brothers. I don't know what he was thinking about. He supposed to be, and they was supposed to, and he owned a vault. And they even said Prince wrote more songs than Michael. He wrote 2,000 songs, and that's crazy. I always thought Michael wrote more than Prince. No, Prince wrote more than Michael. I tell you before, Prince is a serious songwriter, and he's a true independent artist, and we have to respect that. Rest in peace to Prince. We love you, miss you, and love you, miss you too, Michael Jackson. One of the most greatest people. Who your best song from Michael and Prince, and who you think the greatest? The greatest singer, greatest dancer, greatest performer, a best instrument, a best songwriter, and best true independent artist, and the best band leader. Let me you to make this decide. Is it who you decided, Prince or Michael? I decided Prince. I decided to Michael because I grew up with listening to Michael more instead of Prince. Not very much as Prince, but Michael. Michael's songs are all my favorite. From the Jackson years to the Soulful years. But he down for fall on the 90s and the 2000s. That was the bad year for Michael. The worst year for Prince, in 2000. It wasn't a good year for Prince. It wasn't a good year. So I'm going to let you decide who you think the best. Prince or Michael Prince. I'll let you decide. Who's your favorite album, Prince or Michael? or who's your favorite song that Michael sing, and what year of how many records they sold. Because Prince sold like 1 million and Michael sold like 750 albums. This guy's a worldwide billionaire. Michael was a billionaire, but on Beatles catalog. Prince had his own catalog. Prince was sold 1 million. He was a millionaire, but he wasn't a billionaire like Michael. Michael was worldwide. Prince well known in the world. So I'm gonna let you decide. What's your favorite song for Prince? What's your favorite song for Michael? And what's the best album and best awards there and the best perform he did? Prince best performer MTV award when this Get Up. Michael best performance of to me was 30 year anniversary ever since Thriller anniversary, and I remember that was the best moments. And let you decide to make it this issue. So who's your favorite, Prince or Michael? Michael or Prince? You decide. I decided Michael. I think Michael win on this one, but and whoever the people decided Prince, it's you decide. All I can say about that is your boy Domination. This is Back of the Basic. And they both love women. By the way, Prince more lust. Michael was more love. Michael could be a little lust, and Michael be a little lust at times, but he more love. Prince can be more little loving, but he's more lusting at times. So I'll let you decide. All right? That's all I gotta say. It's your boy Domination. This is Back of the Basic. Sugar the Deuces of Text, baby. Until next time, all right? All right. Peace, and all right, peace.